Hi, my name's Tim Jones, again, local historian. What I would like to talk about today is the temperance movement, in particular the Cabrets and Joseph Rowntree's. How they got into the confectionery industry was quite interesting. In the Georgian period, hot chocolate, tea, coffee was actually reserved for the wealthy, the elite of society. Well, what happened were they thought to veer the working class away from alcohol, they would become tea merchants, coffee merchants, and also hot chocolate. So hot chocolate originally they used as Icelandic moss, and it would ease the stomach, the digestive system, and you got this wide temperance movement. Although alcohol, beer, had been around for basically since medieval period and before, because it purified water, there was a large, it was a large employer, but also it was seen as a ruin, and that's why you get a lot of these expressions, gone for a burden on trend, you see. So when the males would go to work all week, get the pay Friday, they would be basically inebriated, leaving poverty. And obviously, the founder of the Salvation Army worked in Nottingham as a pawnbroker. So what he saw, all these people pawning the suits and the artifacts until basically payday. And he saw the scourge of the alcohol. So being a Methodist, William Booth founded the Salvation Army. And the Salvation Army would have banner making just like the Methodist, and he even got to pitch battles, and he got quite bloody due to the fact that there were a lot of pressure, also because there were taxation and the culture part, so they were addressing the culture part. So certainly in Sheffield, along Shales Moor, there was Nichols Tea Company, there were Rington's Tea, there were all these tea companies around, and that was the art of the temperance movement. There was also round at Arts Head, there was a big temperance movement there because of the adulteration of food. And all others, there were vegetarian cafes. Now you think of all this vegetarian as something from the 1960s and 1970s. Well, in fact, this were happening in the Victorian period because of the adulteration of food. And because of the adulteration of food, Joseph Rowntree and Cabrets started making block chocolate, if you like, because there were companies what were making chocolate and pouring wax into mixing it with the chocolate. And a lot of food production was taken over by the Quaker movement. Well, the Quakers, because they were non-conformists, would not be able to practice law or medicine, so they became industrialists. But they mainly went to, with a few exceptions, the food industry, and they would build towns and housing for the workforce, because they wanted an healthy workforce. And they also saw that because they were discriminated, because they were non-conformists, they weren't Church of England, they saw the parallels between the working class discrimination and the discrimination of themselves. I've kept it quite as brief as I can, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.